to scout before we move on into our area. Once we get in, we're going to brush in on the northern side of the creek. I'll be out there by the ambush point. Just got some squirrely wind right now. Came in with the whole way and it was blowing into our face. And now it's hitting us in the back and going right to where we think the bears are going to be. So we're just taking a look at it, making sure we don't spook anything that might be down there.
The first night we hunted, Mike had asked me what distances am I comfortable with. He wanted to take me to a specific location, but the wind wasn't really good for it for where the stand was located. And he wanted to know if I could reach out and poke a bear from a little bit longer distance. And I told him, I'm shooting a Darton crossbow. I've got the HHA sighting system on there, and I'm comfortable out to probably about 80 yards. And he kind of chuckled and said, okay, we don't have to go that far. But we brushed in a blind at 44 yards. This young cub comes in who's been kicked off the mom and comes in and just puts on a show. A complete dichotomy of errors of trying to get into the barrels, falling off of this, climbing up, complete trial and error. It was hysterical. Then he left, and about 15 minutes after he left, another cub, which we think may have been a brother or a sister of that cub, came in and did the exact same thing the other one did, but did it from different angles. You can tell the personalities there. One was coming up from one side, the other one was going at it from a different side. We were running low on shooting light, and we're getting ready to start packing up. We're putting some stuff away, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, there was this loud bang and crash, like someone just took a huge pine tree and snapped it over their knee. And we took a little peek around the blind, and there was this huge black bear coming in to the bait site on a mission. It was coming in to tear something up. It came in, we got some great video of it. We decided that, hey, that's a great bear, that's a shooter. It was a tall, big bear. Tossing those barrels around like nothing. Sat there, talked to Josh, he had the camera on it. I sat there, had the crossbow ready, took the safety from safe to fire, got a good shooting position, fired, sent that Luminoc down 44 yards, connected with the bear. The bear took off, and we estimate ran maybe about, maybe 10, 12 yards and died and fell into the creek.
First bear ever.
Recovery was quite simple, except for, getting a big bear out of a creek in cold water. But amazing. What an incredible first night. First night, your expectations are kind of low. You're kind of figuring out how everything works, and to have that kind of environment and excitement day one. It'll be you, me, then Scotty.
So naturally, we're all extremely competitive, especially because we're all friends. So we are going to have ourselves a little shooting competition today.
I hope you documented it, because that's the first time in his life he's told the truth.
Definitely document it, because this dude's going to take home the prize right
The
here.
deal is freestanding, no support, no tripod, bipod, chair, moose, nothing to rest on. And we've got a little red pin down there that's probably, what do you say, the size of a dime or a nickel?
About a dime, yeah.
About the size of a dime, that's what we're aiming for. And if this goes well, we'll just keep backing out the distance until no one can hit it. Good shot. Good shot. Now, there may be some folks out there in TV land or the internet world wondering if this is legal. Why in the world a couple of Army vets would arm a Sasquatch with a weapon? We are waiting DNA testing to prove he's a Sasquatch. We think he is from another world. So technically we're not sure if this is illegal, because arming a Sasquatch in some states is frowned upon. But the other thing is, we're in Canada. I'm pretty sure that it's okay.
I think in Canada you're allowed to just give Sasquatch
so until we can get DNA evidence of what this is right here, we're going to keep letting them hang around, let them eat. Not let them put any input as far as planning, though. Oh, just left of him. Man, you almost buried it in there, too.
Another thing went deep.
It was deep.
Lower grade.
Oh, 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 oh. We may have to go to the measuring tape, son. We may have to go to the measuring tape.
There's proof that even officers get lucky sometimes.
So here we have shot number 1 by Scotty the Sasquatch Hastings. Over here, shot number 2 by Jesse White. And shot number 3 by Frank Barricaro, also the officer and mentioned by Scotty the Sasquatch's comment. Using only the finest scientific elements and tools known to man, I believe the winner is the officer.
Okay. Crazy.
You can't mess with
Like you
science.
say, even a blind squirrel finds a nut
know,
every
right?
now and then, right?
Here we are. Here we are. Here we go. Oh! He may have hit mine. Did he hit mine?
According to the Canadian International Crossbow Institute of Canada, he is too far out. And this one here is going to be a tough one. We got to go to the judges because Scotty is definitely a little closer than my bolt, but my bolt destroyed his bolt. So
Irrelevant.
in this situation here, Scotty won, but he definitely lost.
Yeah, that's
Well
very
done.
true. That is
Well
very
done.
true.
Good job.
Thank
Good
you.
job,
Thank
sir.
you for destroying my stuff.
There you go. Here you go. Your consolation prize is a knock.
Is a knock.
So, after referring to the Canadian International Crossbow Association of Canada rulebook and judging scientifically the distances between the bolts and the targets, it was determined by a narrow margin that Mr. Scotty Hastings was the winner. Mr. Jesse and I came in next.
Let's see if I can do it. That's hard being left-handed.
I like the grunt.
It's hard. I gotta speed up a little bit when I get close.
That's a pretty rainbow, huh?
Got him just by a
Oh.
by a lip, dude.
What is that, 5 or 6? I can't remember. We've been hammering them over here.
Guys went and did some trout fishing day before yesterday or yesterday, and so they actually caught a couple fish. So we've decided that we're gonna have them for lunch. So we're just gonna actually just put them on the fire. We're gonna make a little concoction. We're gonna put some salt, some pepper, some fresh lemon juice on them. Put a little bit of salsa, which the salsa thing I've never done, but the locals say that it's extremely good. But then he walks over and he just sits down on his butt. And when he sat down on his butt, he just looked, I knew then that was the bear I was going to shoot. So put the crossbow up. I mean, I got what I felt was a really, really good shot. He runs off. I hear him crashing through the woods. And then I go to looking at the clock. And Mike says, okay, and that was, I shot it about 9:30 in the evening. Now you got to understand, here in Canada, it stays light till 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. So, 9:30 in the evening wasn't bad. But then, so Mike said, okay, I'll be there at 10 o'clock. Well, all I wanted to do was get out of the tree stand and go find my bolt and see what, So I'm sitting there, I'm bouncing off the wall, wanting to get out of the stand to go see. And so about 10:20, I finally see Mike and Josh come walking into the woods, and I'm waving and hey, and I think they thought I meant there was a bear there, so to stop instead of the fact I was trying to get them to come on in so that we could go see what this bear was. It was dark. We'd done a little tracking. We seen plenty of blood. We got up nice and early the next morning at 5 a.m. Everybody loaded up. All the guys came out and helped me out. They didn't have to get up at 5 in the morning. And it was pretty easy to find the bear. Mike and Frank got on the good trail of blood, so it was actually extremely easy. There was a couple of points that I was like, you know what? Come on, guys, we got to find this bear. I didn't want to feel bad at getting everybody up at 5 o'clock in the morning and not find the bear. Got him. What a boy. Now, what do you think? Is he the one?
that we seen on that camera. That bright nose. I didn't see the big split in his head.
I don't know if that's the one, but he's got a nice white.
Oh, there's a little white patch?
Yep.
Oh, so look at the scars too. Congratulations, man. That is a beautiful bear, man.
We were able to get a great recovery on a gorgeous boar. And you know, for me, somebody that, you know, has never bear hunted before in their life, it was phenomenal to see, you know, this was my bear. This was the bear that I had picked, and you know, for your first bear, I cannot complain in the least.
We are going to get our bear. Both Jesse and Frank have gotten theirs. So now it's my turn. Me and Josh, AKA the camera guy, are gonna go out and we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna get us a nice bear. There's actually a nice red. I'm gonna call it red. Everyone else calls it black with frosted tips. It looks more like a red, but we're gonna see.
Friday. We're going after the big brown one. We got everything in here but the kitchen sink, and it's all getting carried in. This is why we keep Mike around. Right here. So we don't have to carry all the crap. It looks like we got a little bear over there. Is he in the barrel? Yeah, he's right. He is in the barrel. Alright, so we were here a couple days ago, and we saw 2 great bears. Unfortunately, we just couldn't get a good shot on either of them. So we know they're still around. So hopefully they come out for us today, and we can get a good clean shot on them. And you know, people ask me, well, Scotty, what's the downside of hunting? And I said, you put 2 6'4" people who weigh over 250 pounds in a small blind when it's warm outside, and you'll find out the downside real quick.
Morning. Mm-hmm. Did you see? He just tried to kiss me.
Time is it?
Early.
Early o'clock.
Early. Somewhere between early o'clock and early 30.